Welcome my YouTube channel. You're going to lose her if something doesn't change soon. I use the following products when I feel emotionally disconnected and desperate for clarity. And that includes the Last-Ditch Marriage Saver for Men, eBook. When I first stumbled upon this digital guide, my marriage was hanging by a thread. Arguments were constant, connection was rare, and I felt like a stranger in my own home. This eBook arrived as a quiet whisper of hope. And quite honestly, I had nothing to lose by giving it a go. I didn't expect miracles, but what I discovered inside went far beyond shallow relationship advice. She doesn't feel loved anymore. I use the following products to understand emotional communication. And this ebook was an eye-opener. One of the core strengths of the Last-Ditch Marriage Saver is its deep dive into how women interpret love and how men unknowingly sabotage it. The explanations are direct and masculine. No fluff, no over-therapized lingo. The author clearly understands the male psyche and delivers practical advice without making you feel like a villain. This clarity is empowering. It helped me realize that my actions, though well-meaning, were being completely misread. You're always defensive. I can't talk to you. I use the following products when I need to learn how to listen, not just hear. The ebook dedicates a full section to how men typically react to conflict and why it causes their partners to emotionally shut down. That part hit me hard. It felt like the author had been eavesdropping on my arguments. The concept of emotional safety was something I'd heard but never truly grasped. This book breaks it down in a way that made me go, "Oh, so that's what she means." Since applying the techniques, our conversations have shifted from battlegrounds to bridges. You only want intimacy when it benefits you. I use the following products to work on becoming a better partner, not just a husband in title. One powerful feature of the ebook is how it addresses the imbalance between emotional and physical intimacy. Rather than shaming men, it explains how intimacy is experienced differently by women, and how to re-establish trust and desire without manipulation. It gave me a new appreciation for what my wife had been trying to tell me all these years. For the first time in months, we were able to reconnect without tension or pressure. You never fight for us anymore. Only with me. I use the following products to reflect on my role in the marriage. And this book forced me to confront the man in the mirror. It helped me drop the victim mindset and take responsibility without falling into guilt. The section on rebuilding masculine leadership in the relationship was especially valuable. Not dominance, but calm, reliable, forward-thinking strength. That kind of leadership was missing in my home, and this guide taught me how to reintroduce it without coming off as controlling. You're not the man I married anymore. I use the following products when I need to reset and recalibrate. The Last-Ditch Marriage Saver provided me with a roadmap to rebuild myself and, by extension, my marriage. The book doesn't offer shortcuts. Instead, it encourages consistent, small shifts that build momentum over time. That's the beauty of it. Within a few weeks of implementing what I learned, my wife's coldness began to thaw. We weren't back to normal yet. But for the first time I felt like we were headed in the right direction. You never take initiative. I use the following products to step up and lead with love. One unique element of the ebook is its emphasis on action. It gives step-by-step blueprints for how to show up differently in everyday moments. Through text messages, physical presence, and even silence. These aren't cheesy gimmicks. They're real-world tools that retrain how we engage with our partner. I began to lead conversations with empathy, rather than rebuttal. And she noticed. That subtle shift brought more change than months of begging or stonewalling ever had. I'm emotionally exhausted. I don't trust this anymore. I use the following products to rebuild emotional trust. And this one guided me gently but firmly. Trust is fragile. And the Last-Ditch Marriage Saver tackles it head-on. It teaches you how to create a safe space again. How to listen without fixing, how to hold without demanding, and how to remain consistent even when she's unsure. These tools require discipline, but the payoff is immense. It helped me replace her exhaustion with cautious curiosity. And eventually, belief. I feel invisible around you. I use the following products to become emotionally present. This ebook has a strong emphasis on presence. Not just being physically there, but truly showing up. I didn't realize how checked out I had become until the exercises pulled me back into awareness. The author explains how to reawaken a sense of curiosity about your partner, and that genuine interest slowly reignites the emotional connection. I started asking better questions, noticing small things, and making time for intentional moments. That made her feel seen again. I don't want to be the only one trying. I use the following products to take the lead in healing, even when it's hard. What makes this ebook stand out is its unapologetic call for men to go first. It doesn't sugarcoat the process. It's hard and it might take time, but it gives you the mental tools and emotional framework to keep showing up, even when she's distant or dismissive. That resilience, built through the methods in this guide, allowed me to keep moving forward without falling into resentment. You keep saying sorry, but nothing changes. I use the following products to take meaningful action. The last-ditch marriage saver doesn't rely on empty apologies. It shows how to show change, not just promise it. One of the most powerful techniques it offers is called the non-verbal shift, where you alter your energy, posture, and tone before even speaking. This had an immediate impact. My wife responded differently when she felt the change, not just heard about it. The book gave me tools to express love through actions, something I had forgotten how to do. It shouldn't take losing me for you to change. I use the following products not just to avoid divorce, but to become a man I can respect again. This ebook has become more than a guide. It's a mirror, a mentor, and a map. The techniques inside are not just for last-ditch attempts. They're for long-term transformation. While I bought it out of desperation, I continue to use its principles daily, because they work. Because they've helped me become the man I thought I was supposed to be all along. If your marriage is hanging on by a thread, the last-ditch marriage saver for men is not just a product. It's your final warning signal and your best chance. It's not magic. Demands effort. But if you're ready to change yourself to change your marriage, there is no better tool out there. Thank you.